Team Liquid's first win of the series.
Thank you, guys. Liquid pulling it back, backs against the wall, now 1-2 in the series. We've got 2 replays to look at during this, so I want to hop right into it because, again, Team Liquid did find them, not again, rather, but Team Liquid did find themselves down early, particularly showcased in our first replay. Dragon River end up getting aced here for nothing. So we're going to pull this up on your screens. Irene, you can take it away.
So the big part in this is Piglet's positioning relative to the team and what he's able to do. I know he's coming in with a Vamp Scepter. Freak, you probably would wanted to see something else that had crit on it coming into this fight.
Ruin King Zeal QSS Vamp Scepter is his build.
Yeah, so the early QSS. He does get to QSS and exhaust here, but just count how much he gets to actually get a 3-stack off on people in this fight because he's swapping targets constantly, even though he doesn't have to. So right there, that's the first one. That's only one that he'll get in this fight.
2?
There's 2.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
2.
Now he starts swapping. Goes Dyrus, Lust Boy.
Hiding.
Now he's not attacking.
Hiding.
That's your Azir there. Hits 1, 2, swaps. 1, 2, knocked back. And then he swaps target. He doesn't hit Wild Turtle on the final shot. And that would have been the kill right there, solidifying it. And then he walks back in.
Twice.
So his positioning relative to where the threat of Azir was actually way off in this fight. He was standing away from his Azir as if that was an enemy Azir. It was really kind of poor positioning there from Piglet throughout that fight. I really, as the game progresses, though, he does get much better about his positioning relative to where Azir is. And he actually, he blew my mind at one point where he's just standing on soldiers. So if you deal damage to Vayne as a melee champion, he's just going to be able to shoot you, and you're taking all the Azir damage, too. And then Azir has a chance to reposition them past. It's really just, as the game progressed, they got much better at playing them out.
Right, and so if we actually transition to our second replay, it actually shows the way this comp is supposed to work. And I really do like Team Liquid's comp, by the way. 3 very heavy frontliners. Ahri and Sivir cannot deal damage through Braum. It's basically impossible. You have to kill him first. And I realized in this game, I think Gragas is my favorite jungler as Vayne because he does exactly what you want your team to be able to do when you're Vayne. If we can pull that replay up, I actually want to show exactly what I mean because Vayne wants to kill the front line and she wants the back line to get the hell away from her. So if you roll this out, it's going to be a slow motion replay. Watch what Piglet's able to do. Okay, so Azir zones out Bjergsen for a while, right? Can't hit him very much. That's fine. The Evelynn eventually is going to come through. There's actually a bit of a long lead up into this one, but the Evelynn comes through on the flank and Piglet says, all right, I'm at the front line. Missed by the Lust Boy, that's unfortunate, whatever. But look at this, all through the front line, up on the front side. Maokai can't reach, Sivir can't reach, an isolated Evelynn. Okay, now it's an isolated Dyrus, that's fine. Explosive cast says, thank you very much. I have my own Dyrus to kill. I'm so happy as Piglet. Bjergsen's still in the air. Wild Turtle's running away. The front line buys enough time for Piglet to do whatever he wants to do. He never has to drop auto attacks, and that's the biggest DPS increase on this champion, is if you're threatening enough on the enemy team to make Vayne switch targets, to make her kite back, you drop about 1/4 to 1/3 of her overall damage output as a champion. As soon as she gets the ability to safely hit one guy, damage goes through the roof, she becomes one of the best champions in the game, and the best at killing tanks. And you're golden, because what's Sivir going to do to Braum? What's Ahri going to do to Braum compared to what Vayne does to Maokai?
Well, so you asked for it in the lead up to the game, was looking for them to do something different, to react to what TSM was doing. So 1, they take the Azir away. 2, they go with the top lane Nautilus, the Gragas in the jungle. So well, actually a lot of changes coming through here for Team Liquid, and more than just, and then the Vayne coming in as well. So across the board, Team Liquid here regrouping for Game 4 now because they are very much in this series. They made a lot of adjustments. Now the question is, do they have more in their back pocket that they can pull out?
I don't know if we're seeing different things here, but I think they're looking at the right elements here. Team Liquid's early game is actually quite good. Games 1 and 2, clear early game lead. Props to these guys. Next game, they pick a bunch of weak lanes, Azir not counted, and they pick a generally weaker early game jungler, right? Gragas instead of the Elise we're seeing. Vayne into Sivir is actually hard for the early laning phase overall, and they go equal. Team Liquid went equal in lanes they have no business winning. That's pretty damn solid by these guys. Lo and behold, team fights come around as long as they don't screw them up too badly. Team Liquid's golden. And it's like, okay, if these are what you're identifying, that you're out shot calling or out laning in the general sense TSM early on, and you just transition into team fights, you're great. I think you still have to keep Bjergsen off Azir. Azir once again to the most damaged champions in this game. Bjergsen to the most damage to champions on his team, even on Ahri. So this is still an important champion and an important player to lock out. But if TL sees these outputs, I think they're still on pace to just win the next two.
Yeah, and the games are just coming down to team fighting. And when you're running 2-threat comps, it's who's is scaling better because they're all reaching late game. Once again, another 40-plus minute game. I love the adaptation of Liquid to pick up 2 late game carries because TSM's early game is honestly not very punishing at all. I don't think they've had a really substantial gold lead early
which is solid, but no, they have had no early gold leads. They're not getting the ganks in. That's Santorin. He plays for Vision. I mean, yeah, props again to TSM for getting turrets, but that's it. That's all they're getting.
All right, well, Team Liquid are on the board, and will look to build on that, winning Game 4 against TSM. The semifinal action continues after this.
You guys ready to play all 5 games?
I love playing 5 games.
We're gonna need to play all 5.
Reverse sweep.
We have to play all 5.
Special and Dyrus go down at the same time. A quick trade for kills. Lust Boys, the next target. Piglet can't get him. It's Azir coming in.
Look at Azir. Look at Azir.
Phoenix. 4 on Azir. 3, 2 on.
Nice. Piglet. Cross.
I'm
Piglet.
W.
Charm in 5.
I'm W. I'm gonna W him soon. Ready?
I have Charm Flash.
Going now.
Yeah. Nice.
LOL.
Nice. Good job. Nice.
It's going on just me.
Yeah. Friendly.
Okay, Maokai. I ulted him in.
Yeah. Looking for a hook. On Sivir. Nice.
So this is going to be an easier fight here for Team Liquid. Azir on the backside, soldiers right to Lustboy and Santorin on the back line. We're going to a Game 4. Liquid keeps this semifinals alive.